Hello everyone, Micerang here, and our win streak is still going strong. And we have a hunter who is definitely lying. There's probably nobody who's corrupted. Okay. Yeah, the only way somebody could be corrupted is if there's a plague doctor. You know, well, there is a plague doctor, potentially. Although, I think, yeah, the plague doctor has to be fake, because there are two bards that are claiming that there are no corrupted characters. And yeah, they can't be lying. If they were lying, at least one of them... Well, I guess they would both have to be evil, and so would this lover. Alright, get out of here, Plague Doctor. Alright, nice little warm-up round. Okay, well this knitter is not telling the truth. The only possible corrupted character here is the drunk, and I don't care about killing the drunk. Okay, the bombardier cannot be a puppet, so instead the judge has to be the puppet. And let's see what the dreamer says. Dreamer's truthful. That means the enlightened is truthful. And I think the only way the knitter is lying is if this bombardier is fake. That's how there would be two pairs of evil. Then the medium's also lying. That's just a lot of people who are lying. That's not possible. So I think all of these people have to be telling the truth. Cool. Okay, according to number 2, 7 is a real slayer. Okay. Well, we can't have two slayers, so let's have them try to kill each other. Hey, good job. And it's possible that the slayer is the puppet. But I'm going to assume that the slayer... Well, if the slayer is the puppet, then this medium would be lying. And... well... Okay, suppose I kill the judge, and the judge is good, and the slayer is the puppet. Then the medium has to be either corrupted or evil. Suppose the medium is corrupted. Then... Well, let's see what the druid thinks about the plague doctor. Okay, the druid thinks the plague doctor is real. In this hypothetical, other than 7 and 2, there can only be one more person who is wrong. So if the druid is wrong, then the plague doctor has to be evil. And if the plague doctor is evil, the druid has to be wrong. So if I kill the judge and he is good, then I can kill the slayer and then use the plague doctor's ability on the medium. And then kill the knight if that doesn't work out. Okay. So 7 is not a real slayer because 7 is a puppet. 2 is not corrupted. There we go. Okay, well we only have one plague doctor. Yeah, 6 and 7. Yeah, well, yeah, that plague doctor is the only possible outcast, so he has to be real. Okay, so the people who could have been cured by the alchemist are these 4 people. Well, these 3 people. Okay. So the puka cannot be 8 because the puka would have corrupted 7. Basically, the puka is either 1 or 2. Okay. Okay, 8 is probably good. probably not truthful since, oh, definitely not truthful since 8, yeah, since we can't have two mediums. Yeah, so this has to be the Puka. That or the Plague Doctor corrupted 8, which I forgot was a possibility. But if 1 was not evil, then 2 would have to be the Puka. Anyway, well, let's see what the Druid says. The Druid is a liar and not corrupted. Okay, so the Alchemist did cure the corruption that came out of the Plague Doctor. Good job, Alchemist. Alright. We always test the Dreamer whenever we see a wretch. Okay. So we do not have any other outcasts. We have no corruption. So we can safely try to kill the Knight. I can test the Jester. I can test the Fortune Teller. And, okay. Yeah, and then based on what is remaining, like, there's only 2 more people who could be evil. Okay, cured 0 corruptions. That must be truthful. Ooh, 2 people who cured 0 corruptions. Well, in that case, they must be a doppelganger pair. Alright, Druid is also lying. Yeah, fake Plague Doctor. Alright, let's clear somebody else. Yeah, just use the fake Plague Doctor's ability on somebody. Okay, so we know that 7 is not evil. Yeah, we just have the Plague Doctor use reverse psychology. And what do we have? Well, Enlightened is truthful, Gemcrafter is truthful, Knitter is good, and that leaves the Fortune Teller. Alright. Let's see what the judge thinks. Okay, so the judge thinks that number 2 is saying truth, and 2 thinks that 5 is good. Alright, that is a lot of judges. It is not possible for this alchemist to have cured 2 corruptions. So let's test these judges. Okay, so these guys are not telling the truth. This judge is telling the truth. Okay. Is it possible that, well, okay, so one person is corrupted. Suppose this judge is corrupted. This bard would be the poisoner. This alchemist would have to not be able to use his ability for one reason or another. I was thinking that there was a doppelganger among these guys, but that's clearly not true since only one of them is telling the truth. I mean, 4 could be a doppelganger. Okay, so the risk of killing both of these... Well, one of them could be corrupted by the poisoner. That's the problem. Okay. So, yeah, this judge is telling the truth. This gemcrafter has to be good and corrupted. And in that case, 8 could be the drunk and this bard could be telling the truth. I'm going to kill this alchemist and see what happens. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, what does this judge think? 1 is saying truth. This jester... There's no way this jester is telling the truth. Oh. He's next to a poisoner. Alright, what does this judge think? Judge is a liar. And, oh, this knight could be the drunk. Huh. Yeah, I was not paying attention to the possibility that yeah, the idea to the fact that there's a poisoner. Anyway, one is not telling the truth. Could one be the drunk? Okay, I'm gonna kill this alchemist because the alchemist is clearly not telling the truth. Oh, cool. So that means it's officially safe to click this last card. Okay. Is it possible that this knight is the drunk? Then either 6 or 9 would be the counselor. Okay. Well, let's see what the jester says about these 3 people. Okay, the jester is truthful. Okay, if this knight is the drunk, then this oracle has to be the counselor. So it could be 1 and 6. Okay, and if this knight is evil, then, you know, the knight is evil. Yes. Okay, yeah, just have the Slayer do it. Alright. Nothing to do here, but continue clicking. There is no corruption in this lobby. Okay. So that's a freebie. 4 or 6 is a witch. It has to be true. Judge is truthful. We have a shaman, so it's possible that these 2 oracles are telling the truth. I think this bishop has to be truthful. Because... Okay, suppose... Oh, wait, no. Okay, suppose this oracle is telling the truth. Then 9 could be a shaman, and this bishop is truthful. But it could be that this bishop is evil, and number 9 is truthful. Although I think I don't have enough evils... Well, hold on. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I do have enough people remaining for all the evils. Okay, let's just click this and see what happens. Alright, is this dreamer truthful? Nope. Okay, oracle is truthful. Bishop is truthful. I guess 7 is the bombardier, and everybody's cleared except for that Slayer. Alright, well we have 3 outcasts. Yeah, the Plague Doctor could be fake, and then we have both a doppelganger and a drunk. Or we just have a doppelganger or a drunk. Anyway, bishop number 1 is for sure truthful, which means 1 or 5 has to be an outsider. Okay. Yeah, so one of those is an outsider. It's possible that 1 is the doppelganger, and it's also possible that 5 is the drunk. Okay. Yeah, where do I go from here? I want to click the Plague Doctor on number 5. Okay, what happens if I click the Plague Doctor on number 5? I don't know for sure if number 2 is even good. Well, let's see. So Empress is accusing 1, 2, and 6. 1, 2, or 6, I guess. Alright, 4 is evil, 5 is corrupted, according to the Plague Doctor. Well, suppose this is wrong. 4 is not evil. The Empress is not corrupted. Then the Empress would be truthful because 2 is evil. And then 6 would have to be corrupted since 6 is not evil according to the Empress. So 6 would be the drunk. 5 would just be a villager. 1 would be a doppelganger. This bishop would have to be truthful, and then it's the Oracle and the Plague Doctor. Okay, so this entire board is solved if I kill the Enlightened and she's good. Okay, cool. So what were we doing? Yeah, the bishop... Yeah, this bishop has to be truthful. And this Plague Doctor is truthful. Empress is corrupted. Poet is truthful. And then the Oracle is accusing 8. And 8 is accusing 1, 3, and 6. Okay, so 8 is accusing 3. Okay, Ba says, according to Ba, the closest evil is clockwise. So since that is false, 3 has to be evil. Because if 8 was evil, clockwise would be 3 away, to the wretch. And counterclockwise would be 4 away. Okay. Hey, there's only 1 evil. Should make it very easy. We'll see. This bard's clearly not telling the truth. We don't have a drunk. So it's impossible for anybody not adjacent from the bard to be evil. So these are all good. Okay. If this medium is the Puka, then that is a real bard. So, it's impossible for 5 to be the Puka. Yeah, 4 has to be the Puka, because if 3 was the Puka, then the Knitter statement, then the Puka statement would be true. Okay, 3 or 7 is a shaman. Yeah, whatever. Okay, the Confessor is good. Okay, 2 people are saying that there's 1 pair of evil. Okay. Alright, 10 is evil, so 10 must be the witch. Because if the Oracle points at somebody who is evil, she will always correctly identify them. Okay, so this Oracle is truthful. There's no corruption, so anybody who is good has to be truthful, which means this Druid is truthful. Okay. Here we have 2 Oracles, and we have 2 Knitters. Okay, what happens if these 2 are evil? Then the Architect is also lying. So that's impossible. So these Knitters have to be good. Let's see what the Druid thinks about the Bombardier. Druid thinks that the Bombardier is fake. And I trust the Druid. Okay, there has to be a pair of evil, so... Well, okay, this Oracle is telling the truth, and this Architect is not telling the truth. Okay. Cool, so this Bishop is telling the truth, because 7 is the wretch. Okay, so 7 is the evil, so to speak, which means 3 has to be the outcast, and this Bard is a villager. This Oracle is telling the truth. Is it possible? Oh yeah, it's very possible for this bard to be telling the truth, because 8 could be the puka, and that would make 1 the only corrupted character. Okay, what if this bard is evil? Well, he cannot be the puka, so he has to be the counselor, which means 6 is lying and is also evil. But then we have these 2 people who are lying, and that's not possible. Okay, so this bard is good. Could this bard be corrupted? Well, if this bard was the puka, then he would be corrupted, but also this would be a truthful puka. So this bard has to just be telling the truth. Yeah, so 8 is the puka, and 6 is not a real bard. Okay. What does the jester think about these 3 people? There's 1 evil. Okay, that is believable. No corrupted characters. Okay. So that bard thinks the plague doctor is fake. Okay. 2, 3, and 4 contain 1 evil, according to this jester. What about 2, 6, and 8? Okay. 2, 6, and 8 also contain 1 evil, which I believe. Yeah, I am tempted to believe the jester. Alright, Alchemist cured 0 corruptions, so he must be truthful. Yeah, so the Oracle is accusing number 5. What does this Plague Doctor think about number 6? 6 is not corrupted. Okay. If 3 is good, well, okay, actually, yeah, so if 3 is good, then 6 must not be truthful. Which means if 3 is good, then 6 is evil. Oh, actually, you know, it'd be funny if 8 was an alchemist that cured a corruption. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, but what if the Plague Doctor is evil? If the Plague Doctor is evil, then yeah, this bard is good and probably not corrupted, and then 2 is evil, and then either 4 or 5 is evil. And then I can use this jester to figure out the last one. Okay. Alright, so 3 was telling the truth. This minion was not telling the truth. This bard is probably telling the truth. Well, I can't be sure. Anyway, 2, 3, and 4 contain 1 evil according to this jester. Alright, let's make absolutely sure. Oh, wait a second. Is it possible that this bard is also lying? Well, okay, I'm tempted to believe that. Okay, I was hoping that 4 would be evil, and 5 would be corrupted. Anyway, oh, okay. So according to the lover, 4 is good, and according to the oracle, 5 is evil. Okay, if the lover is evil, then the oracle is also evil, but that's impossible. Yeah, so if 5 is evil, then 5 is lying, and there must be 2 evils. But then 4's statement would be truthful. So 5 cannot be evil. 5 is good, which means 4 is lying. Well, okay, if 5 is corrupted, then this oracle is evil. Yeah, so if 5 is corrupted, then yeah, 4 is evil, and that all checks out. This lover could be corrupted, and this lover could also be just truthful. So if 5 is truthful, then 4 is corrupted. Okay. Let's just make absolutely sure this Jester is truthful. Okay, Jester is for sure truthful, which means this Bard is not evil, for sure. And this Oracle is evil. Alright, so this Lover is not telling the truth. And yeah, it must be corrupted for the reasons I said earlier. Okay, is this Jester corrupted? Okay, what happens if I just kill 7 and 7 is not evil? If 7 is not evil, then I kill 1 and 2. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so 2 is not corrupted and 7 is not evil. Oh, nice. Lilith, yeah, I killed Lilith. Okay, good job. Fortune Teller is truthful. Alright, that is a Lilith. We have 2 knights. Okay. I guess since every card is going to be revealed... Well, actually, let's just see. Oh, according to the fortune teller, this knight is evil. Oh, Oh, I can just ask the fortune teller if she is evil. The only possible corruption here is the drunk, and I'm okay with killing the drunk. I will have the fortune teller test herself. Okay, the fortune teller is not a puppet, which means the dreamer is the puppet. Okay. Alchemist is truthful, but I guess the alchemist could be the puppet. Okay. There is definitely no outcast anywhere. Druid is truthful. Could be the puppet. Actually, no, the druid cannot be the puppet, because there's no puppeteer next to her. Okay. 2 or 7 is a puppet, according to this oracle. This lover is claiming that the poet is good. Obviously, the gem crafter is also claiming that the poet is good. Okay, well... Okay, so if this poet is evil, closest evil is clockwise. So the poet is saying that... well, okay, because okay, whatever. So the gem crafter and the lover are lying. Okay, so if 1 is evil, what if 1 is the puppet? Well, okay, what if 1 is the puppeteer? Well, that has to be false because both 2 and 8 are lying. Okay. Yeah, because there are 2 evils next to this lover and 1 is not good. So the poet cannot be the puppeteer. The poet could be the puppet. And then, we have 2 people who are lying. Well, yeah, both 8 and 2 are lying. Well, one thing we know is that the Jester and the Oracle cannot be corrupted. So these are not corrupted. They could be evil, but they can't be well, actually... What if the Alchemist is the puppet? I think the Alchemist puppet's ability does not work. But he says he cured 0 corruptions. Well, if the Alchemist is the puppet, then the Oracle is the puppeteer, so the Oracle cannot be corrupted. Okay, so starting a hypothetical with somebody being evil is not very productive, because if if you finish your line of reasoning and say, yes, it is possible for this person to be evil, then, like, what have you accomplished? You can't act on that information. It's like, you can't kill them because you haven't determined if it's, if it's possible for them to be good, and if it's solvable if you kill them and they're good. Okay, what if this lover... Okay, suppose this lover is good. Well then, this poet is good, could be corrupted, but then the gem crafter would be lying. So the poet has to be good and cannot be corrupted. So the closest evil is clockwise, which means these two people have to be good. The jester could be corrupted, but it's definitely good, which means this oracle is lying. That's too many people who are lying, actually. Or too many... Sorry, that's too many people who are truthful and not enough people who could be lying. Okay. Well, in that case, this lover cannot be truthful. What if this lover was corrupted? And this is the poet. And then this gem crafter is either corrupted or evil. Yeah, either 7 or 8 would have to be evil to make the poet's statement false. Okay. Yeah, this gem crafter could be corrupted or could be evil. Oh wait, so this lover's statement cannot be truthful, which means this poet has to be evil. Okay. Yeah, so these... Yeah, the gem crafter and the lover are both lying. The lover has to be good, because if the lover was the puppeteer, there would be no puppet. So the lover is good. The gem crafter could be evil, or, could just be corrupted and good. 2, it has to be good. So 6 is accusing 7 of being the puppet. So 7 has to be truthful, actually. What does the jester think of the oracle? The jester thinks the oracle is not evil. Alright, so jester is the puppet, and the 8 is the puppeteer. Okay. Truthful hunter. Yep, kill the baker. Nice, we got the Lilith. Bishop has to be truthful. I don't have any abilities that recharge during night, so I can just keep going. We cannot have 2 outcasts, so goodbye, Bombardier. Good job, Slayer. Oh, I didn't think about... okay, both of these dreamers are lying. I did not think about... Yeah, I didn't look at what could be interfering with my ability to click cards. The witness is claiming that one has been affected by an evil. Okay. Well, the witch can't affect anybody. The Ba can't affect anybody. So one would have to be affected by the counselor. So if this witness is truthful, then this dreamer is the doppelganger, which is clearly false. Yeah, because the dreamer was lying. Okay. Well, both these dreamers are lying, so I'm just going to kill them both. It was possible that one of them was corrupted, and in that case, I don't know, I'd use the plague doctor on them and probably find, probably have him point at somebody that I already caught. Okay. Yeah, there could be, this knight could be corrupted, and this bard could be evil, and killing a corrupted knight would make it impossible to solve this, for sure. Okay. Well, we have a wretch. That's cool. This Empress must be telling the truth. 3, 6, or 9 must be evil, because 9 is evil. And that means the Bombardier and the Knight are both good. And that also means that there's no Plague Doctor. Yeah, because the Wretch and the Bombardier account for all of the evils. Okay. Alright, good job, Slayer. I guess everybody's accounted for except the Slayer. Wait, who is the Shaman pair? So 8 is a Jester. Wait, so we should have had 2 of the same good. Okay, Confessor, Knight, Slayer, Empress, Jester. I'm not sure what's going on here. Well, whatever. Alright, one more. Oh, this looks like it'll probably be easy. Okay. Number 1 is for sure good. 4 is telling the truth. Wait, how do I know that 1 is for sure good? What am I talking about? Okay. 7 is accusing 1 of being evil. 2 is saying that 1 is good. The only possible corruption is the drunk. Okay, so 1 is not telling the truth, and the only way killing this alchemist would be bad is if he was the drunk. And if he's the drunk, then I'm fine killing the drunk anyway. Okay. Well, good job, team. The streak goes on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.